Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to the slot where you'd normally find your Talking Town live matchday preview, 8:30 every Wednesday. But we're not live tonight. No, it is Christmas, so we're taking time to spend with our friends and our family and our loved ones and just enjoy the festive period. So tonight, you're going to get the last 20 minutes of Monday's Talking Town Extra Time, where I sat down with the peaky one, Mark Tuxford, the designer, George Nunn, and we looked ahead to Time Waste City on Boxing Day, otherwise known as Oxford United, and we discussed our thoughts heading in, the importance of the fixture, our 1-11s, and our score predictions. As always, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and become a Talking Town Fit Standard today. $4.99. Hit the join button on YouTube or head to Ko-Fi and sign up. Monthly commitment, but you can cancel at any point. You have the power to do that. And if you do sign yourself up, not only are you supporting the platform, you're getting great value, in my opinion, of course, but you're getting access to 24/7, 365. No, not the hardcore title, but the Discord server for Talking Town, where we have all sorts of ITFC chat, debate, opinion, everything you've come to love from the show, right in the one place, open every single minute of every single day. Right, we're done, we're dusted. Enjoy the next, 15, 20 minutes of ITFC chat and opinion. And if you liked this 20 minutes and you want the whole show, it is, of course, on the platform. Search Talking Town Extra Time. Something else. Don't know which. I should have looked it up. But as this is my fourth attempt at the job, I'm going to let it slide. Enjoy. Federation. Leif Davis. He is the man with our most assists. Didn't play well Saturday. Did he put the conversation about Greg Lee coming into bed Saturday, Tux? Because when Leif Davis don't create chances, we don't score. And when we don't score, we don't win. So if you take Leif Davis out, you're not creating anything. Do you see the paradox here?
I mean, it's very rare where Davis doesn't, he has a good game normally for me, right?
We should do £1.5 million, Tux.
Yeah, but I mean, on average, he always has a good game. He always near enough has an exit game pretty much every week. So I think it's unfair to really sort of judge him or, question his place in the team based on Saturday's performance.
Many do, not on Saturday, but I mean, every week I sit here and I must see at least 4, 5, 6, 7, probably more comments about, Greg Lee coming in this weekend. Got to play Greg Lee this weekend. But he's got 6 assists, as Davis.
Yeah.
He leads it by a way.
Yeah, well, I think for me, basing it on Wickham, I think there was a player in front of him the whole game, so it didn't allow him to go forward. So his path was cut, basically. So I didn't understand that kind of McKenna kind of tactic, if you like. But I think he'll play on Saturday, and I think he'll hopefully get an assist and play well. But I think Wickham was just that he had that man in front of him, which didn't allow him to go forward, because we know how dangerous he is going forward. But he's also very good defensively. So if you're blocking that path, you're playing a winger in front of him. Again, it just doesn't allow your wing back to go forward. So you're blocking his path.
Elliot, George, what we need is a big athletic forward who can play the number 9 role whilst also doing the number 10 role. How many of those type of players are in and around League One?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Or just a number 10 who can play in the number 10 role and a big athletic dynamic striker who can play the number 9 role. It's going to be super interesting to see who we bring in January. But
Charlie Austin.
We need to find someone's to come in and try and sort that finessing out up front, right?
Mike's been asking this in the chat for a couple of times, so apologies I didn't get to it sooner. Ask the lads, who would you let go in the January window? Who would you let go? I know who he wants you to say you'd let go, so don't say that name under any circumstances.
I don't know who he wants us to say. So.
Starts with a K, ends in an N.
Okay. I don't think I've let
never gone anywhere, Michael, right? You hear me? Never.
I don't think I've let anyone go.
Because isn't it dependent on who you bring in, though?
I don't know. I'm asking you. You're not asking me.
I'm asking you. Go on.
I'm the host, mate. I just direct the questions to you two.
We're not in the
back on me.
We're not in the old we need to sell to buy.
No, but Hadmi's out on loan. He's gone out on loan. Hadmi's already departed out on loan in my world.
Right.
Because he needs game time and he's not, for me, good enough.
I don't think we've seen enough of him to know whether he's good enough or not. Have we? But
no.
Yeah,
but the lack of minutes also speaks volumes to me.
Yeah.
Whether he can't stay fit, whether he's not up to the stand, whatever it might be, whichever, put your own opinion into it. It just like Saturday, for example, you're chasing a goal. Would you have given him 9 minutes or long? Like if you had, I don't know. I'm not
the sort of player that looks like he's going to make a massive impact in 9 minutes.
To be fair, unless it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think you're going to struggle to make an impact at any point. You know what I mean? Like
the issue is that it's such a tricky window, right? Is for in and out, because we don't know where we're going to be in the summer. So it's tricky for us to bring in the quality of players that we want, would want, as and when we get into the Championship. We don't want to release too many people that we might want. Let's hope we don't end up in League One again. But it's just a difficult window. Like, how do you encourage people to come in on that promise that we are going to do everything in our power to go up? Because that's how we got most of our squad last summer, and that didn't turn out particularly well for some of those guys. And I'm sure that they're loving every second of being at Ipswich in League One for another year. But like that's not the promise that they were kind of sold. And don't get me wrong, it falls firmly on their shoulders that we're not in the Championship. But I think it's a really tough window. I wouldn't necessarily be looking to offload anyone permanently at this point, because I don't think we need to. It's not a necessity. We've got so many injuries at the moment that the squad looks thin, even though on paper it's relatively big or big enough. I don't think that it's not crossed my mind that we would be getting rid of anyone in January. Not to say that we won't, but I don't think there's any need to. So it wouldn't surprise me if we don't.
Ashton brought in a player from France, from Bristol City, a big, powerful 9. Maybe we look abroad finally. Possibility, Tux?
Well, I mean, it's got to be the right player, though, isn't it? It's got to be the right player that's going to fit in with this team.
Would an Ecuadorian hit the ground running in January, Tux? That's the question I'm asking you here. Would a Peruvian? Would a Colombian? Because Brexit means European.
In this weather? Right? In this weather?
Exactly. At the Wham in his gloves. I mean, come on.
I think it's going to be a solid no, isn't it?
Just go for Charlie Austin. But no, in all seriousness, because Brexit has made European targets that little bit more trickier. So, I mean, we saw that lot up the road going for a South American player. So I joke about different countries and whatnot, but that may be the area, may not be the area, maybe a Greek. I am learning Greek. It would be I could be the translator. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. But are any European players, any continental players, any South American players, are they able to hit the ground running in January when it's a pivotal moment?
I think it depends how much experience they've had of English leagues before, because they might have played here before, done all right, come on loan, a bit like Selena. Just come on loan, gone back or whatever. So, if you've got that type of player, yeah, but I think it's always a bit of a risk, especially if you want them to come straight into the first team, as you say, hit the ground running. So I think no. I think that's more of a kind of a summer target for me, if I'm honest. But there's no reason why we can't look at that market. I don't think we've ever really tapped into that, especially under Evans. So it'd be a good market to tap into. But I think, as we keep saying, January's a difficult time to buy. I'll be looking, to be honest, like at kind of the League Two players, the best players in those leagues that are on form, that want to, come up to this potential league and go further. Or you look at kind of the Championship, the bottom end of it. So, yeah, that's what I'll be looking at.
I thought you were going to say the name there. I thought you were just gearing up for that sucker punch. I didn't see it coming.
I think it's too good for us now, Ryan, so...
No. I thought I'd walked into the sucker punch of all sucker punches there. I hadn't seen it coming all night, and then I just thought you were going to deliver that jab. But you didn't.
I've come to the conclusion that it's too good for us. Too good for us.
Mike the Fisherman, can you please let Jackson go in the January window? I feel like Mike's been saying that for the last 3 windows. I
didn't know that Mike didn't like Jackson. I wish he'd have said.
Keeps it quiet. Keeps it really quiet. He wants to play 2 up front, this Mike. And then when he's asked on the show,
one of our 2 strikers.
Who do you want to play up front with Ladapo? He just, shit. Burgess. Rob Holmes. Trine has had a long-term injury at Burnley and now coming back to fitness. No chance. him coming in January. So Oxford, full house at the weekend, or near enough a full house at the weekend. A few tickets still remaining. I'll ask you both the same question. You can ask it in one word or more if you want, but is it a must-win, George?
No, we don't have must-wins at this point in the season, but we bloody well ought to win.
Okay. Tux?
Yeah, I agree with George. I don't think it's a must-win game as such. Yeah, I think we're entering a very busy period of fixtures coming up now. So we need to get these points on the board because, Sheffield Wednesday and Plymouth will certainly be going for it. So we just need to hit some form now. And hopefully these players coming in that are planned, hopefully, will help that.
Absolutely. Okay. Right. So you both, yeah, it's a busy period. Christmas is a period where a lot of things change very quickly and teams go on a run, they fall off. Let's hope we're not one of the teams that falls off. So I asked you both to put together your 1 to 11s for Boxing Day. I'll let you go first, George. Here is your 1 to 11. You mentioned earlier how difficult it can be when I ask you to do this. But here's your 11. What have you gone for and why? Talk me through it. You got Humphreys with Morsey there. No Evans?
Yeah. No, and I think so. There's two question marks in there. One is Humphreys or Evans, purely because, as Tuck said earlier, I think he's played a lot of football, so he's probably due. That's not any kind of slight on Evans. We talked about. I've made amends with Evans a long time ago when he was still playing. He's certainly been on form this season, and not keeping him out for any reason other than I like Humphreys. As I say, I didn't see much of him on Saturday, but he's looked really bright. And he looks great. So unless he's knackered, I wouldn't necessarily take him out of that midfield at the moment. And the other one is Evanson. If Luke is fit again, then I think he may come back in. But yeah, I think, to be honest with you, it's almost a team that kind of just, apart from the front or the sort of two in the number 10 role, they're the only ones that I think you could kind of name a few players that might play, but it's pretty standard at the moment, isn't it? We're so injury hit at the minute.
When you look at that 11, and if you did the old Football Manager, that's my 11, where would I want to improve it? For me, it would be that player behind the striker. I've gone on record. It's an impact position. I don't think Aluka offers the impact stats that suggest he makes that type of impact. You can argue to the cows whether he does or he doesn't. And also Humphreys. Really, out of the 11, outside the striker, that's the only two sort of areas I would be looking to strengthen, because I think that's our weakest areas.
Yeah, I think so. I think strength and depth at centre back is the other thing, but that's not necessarily a problem week to week in a starting 11. I think, we've been saying it since, forever it feels like, but certainly since the summer, which is that we just don't quite look as good as we could, as clinical as we should be up front in that front three.
Absolutely. All right, swap you around. Let's go to Tux's 11. It's a little bit similar, if not completely similar, except really one name. You are bringing the Welsh Perlo back into the team. Tux, talk us through it.
Yeah, so I think Evans, I'd probably bring back in because you're looking at Humphreys, who's played quite a lot of football recently because Evans has been out injured. So, I'd be bringing him back, certainly. I think he just offers us that kind of that ability to, find a pass a little bit. He obviously gives that foil to Morsey to allow him to go forward. So I would be bringing him back. I don't think he'll play the whole game. I think it'll be one of these things where he'll probably play the hour and then Humphreys will come on. So I'd start him based on that. And then the rest of it, I think Edmondson, is the only change from George's team. Correct. I think he had KVY in. So I thought KVY as well, just because I think Denesi and whether he's injured, but I just think he's a little bit off form at the moment. So I would sort of just give him a rest. So KVY would bring back in. Thought he did okay at Wickham on Saturday, but I feel like George Edmondson, I've not seen these three together just yet, so I'd like to see them three together. I think be quite a solid three centre half really, and that would really allow Burns and Davis to push forward as well. Then, so that'd be my team really. And I know there's a lot of fans out there that sort of question Aluko's contribution, if you like. But I think he played well in Peterborough. But yeah, I think it's the numbers, and a lot of people will look at that, and I think he could do better there. But I think he does offer us something different, which McKenna's already alluded to as well. But yeah, that's my thing.
I am surprised we've not seen those that back three together. To be fair, like when I sat here in the summer, I said the back 3 or 4 that starts the season won't be the one that ends it. This was the back 3 I kind of was edging towards in my mind in terms of that's how I see it ending up. You know, Davis and Burns as your fullbacks or wing backs. Those 3 solid 1v1 great tacklers, good in the air, good. Maybe not Burgess as such, but certainly Wolfenden and Edmondson, good with the ball at their feet. Play the one either play those 2 either side of Burgess, and you've got a really nice back 3 there. So I'm really surprised we've not seen it yet. But this is the week, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully, I mean, I must admit, I'd probably see KVY starting over an Edmondson in that position, just because I think McKenna wants someone who can, go forward as a bit more athletic, if you like, a bit more pacey potentially. But yeah, I think those 3 as a kind of partnership, if you like, would be quite good. I'd like to see it. Yeah,
I agree. And we play a hybrid of a 3 and a 4, don't we? Which is why, as you were just saying about KVY, why I think McKenna likes the KVY or the Nation. It's that ability to maybe start with a 4 blue counters on the whiteboard, but in the middle of the game, at 27 minutes when you need to, you switch to a 3, and then in the 74th minute you go back to a 4. It's that ability to do so many different things without having to make wholesale changes or player an El Miz at right wing back as we did at some points at the back end of last year. It's that ability, isn't it, which is where a KVY does, I guess.
Well, I think it's those front 3 are going to be important as well, because as I said earlier, that the likes of Davis or Burns that are having their path blocked in terms of having that kind of overlapping run, being the fullbacks, which is essentially our wingers really. But if you're sticking them as a winger and then someone in front of Davis, he's not going to have as much in terms of going forward. It's just not going to happen because his path has always been blocked. So I think the front 3 is key there as well. And Aluko and Chaplin aren't players that want to stick out wide; they always want to come in. So I think that sort of suits this team as well.
Gov, make sure you get the cable moving on. I will do CJ. He's working over Christmas and Boxing Day. Don't worry, CJ. We've got you covered here on Talking Town. Join us for obviously the match day ticket on Boxing Day. You can be at the game without being at the game, so you can watch us freezing cold while you're earning money and warm. So win-win. We don't play through the back, says Mike. Max Facts with Harness return to fitness and Burns is from the sideline on the slide. Could MH play on the right wing, more natural position? Maybe. There we go. Right. We have got a ticket giveaway, Cruncher's ticket to give away. So let's just quickly do that now. 17 names, I believe, were entered. I don't know who is associated with the numbers. I've just put 17 numbers in, shuffled them, and now I've clicked it. And Cruncher will get in touch with the person whose tickets they are. So it is number 17. So... No, 15. Oh, right at the end there, look. A little movement. Right, number 15 it is. You are today's ticket giveaway prize recipient. Congratulations. Cruncher will get in touch with you. Number 15. You can become a part of the bumper crowd at Portman Road on Boxing Day. But we're done for Christmas. I'm signing off. This is like leaving work before Christmas, That 101 unread emails. It's like, I'm out of here. It's beer time. But last question, I guess, is score predictions for Boxing Day, George.
3-1 time.
3-1 time. Mr. Tuxford.
1-1.
I mean, I've got 0-0 in my mind, so you're doing. At least I've seen a goal, I suppose, for getting down there. But don't forget, I think there's some sort of strike going on Boxing Day. So if you are travelling via public transport normally, do check it. But yeah, looking forward to seeing you all at Portman Road. Enjoy your Christmas. Have a fantastic and a wonderfully merry Christmas. Enjoy time with your friends and your family. But until the 26th, bye.